Welcome back, guys. So, Coach Renard has now revealed to L'Equipe, which is a very, very popular media in France, that he almost joined the Nigerian Super Eagles team as a head coach a few months ago when we were chasing the man. Of course, if you follow the channel, you recall that he was high on our list. He was actually the priority that the NFF, were hoping to be the man to replace Coach Finidi, at that time. Uh, During that period, during August, he was with the French women's team. He actually took them to Olympics, and it was already known to us that his contract was going to expire, and he even announced it that he was stepping down after that Olympic Games. So after patiently waiting for his resignation, it turned out that he wasn't able to reach an agreement with NFF to lead Nigerian Super Eagles head coach, and the report then was that his salary was way too much. But at some point, it felt like NFF found a way to go around it, and we really got close to signing the man, but eventually it broke down. But right now, he has spoken for the first time, since that event. And in his word, he said, "I almost went to Nigeria. I weighed the pros and cons for several days, even weeks, before deciding to turn it down. It was the best offer I had received, but ultimately it wasn't the right fit for me." So from his words here, you could tell that NFL actually offered him a lot of money, because money was one of the things that he was holding out for. He was obviously asking for a lot of money. I think during that period it was uh, somewhere around $180,000, a month. But due to some reasons which he didn't, reveal, he didn't accept the job. But to be honest, I don't think I'm missing, the fact that he didn't take up the job, because I think the Nigerian Spikes are obviously doing really well now. Uh, with Austin Eguavon, we can see that with the last two games, and the morale is high heading into these two games that we have this month. Of course, the morale is definitely high, and it wouldn't make sense to spend that amount of money on Renard and in the end still not get the results. So, but I don't know why he's coming out to talk about this now, because it's really pointless. He didn't take the job, and of course the Super Eagles have moved on, and so should he. But let's talk about other things. So let me let you know that Samu Omorodion has been snubbed by the Spanish national team, as they've now recently released their squad ahead of the ahead of the Nations League, and his name is not among the list. Omorodion is a high-profile exemption from this list, because after everything that he did, uh, not just with the last game that we saw against Man U, but previous games that he's been playing with FC Porto. The expectation was that he was going to get called up into the Spanish national team. But as you can see, the list now, it's been out, but he's not yet. The likes of Morata, Yamal, Ferran Torres, Williams, Jeremy, Oxasbar, and Joselu are the guys that have been favored, for the attacking options. And instead, I think the place I got invited is the under 21 squad, who are also going to be playing some games, qualifiers games for the Euro. That's where he's been called up, and it's definitely not good enough, for a playoffs of his caliber. I know what his eyeing is to play with the national team, and he's obviously done that with this recently concluded Olympics. But that still hasn't solidified his allegiance to Spain. Of course, he's still eligible to play for Nigeria, as I mentioned in the last video, because he's not played at the national team. He's not played 3 competitive games for the national team, and Olympic doesn't count. So this huge snub, maybe there's a chance somewhere for Nigeria's Bibles to swoop in and try and get this man. But it's not about swooping in, it's about making the background contact with the man, his family, and the stakeholders who are who are concerned with these things. But we'll see what happens in the future. Maybe it comes around. But moving on, guys, Boniface actually spent his Thursday in Belgium where he traveled to watch the game between two of his former football clubs, Union Saint Gilloise and Bordeaux G Limit. These two clubs actually played, a game in the Europa League, and Boniface had spent time playing for these two clubs previously. Boniface actually started his European career with Bordeaux G Limit. That was back in 2000. Sorry, that was back in 2019. When he made his first derby for the club. But then he stayed in the club up to 2022. I think 2022 was the last season where he made 15 appearances and scored 6 goals. And then he was bought by Union Saint Gilloise. Still 2022-2023 season. Played 34 matches and got 9 goals, 8 assists. And then, that was where he was now bought by Leverkusen. But he has some really strong ties with these football clubs, especially Union Saint Gilloise, which is obviously the stepping stone for his greatness as we know it today. And he decided to travel to Belgium to watch these two clubs play in the Europa League. And it wasn't only that, he also took pictures with the academy team and spent some really quality time with them. Boniface has been in form recently, as you know, and just this week he scored his first UEFA Champions League goal, and he's been in form even before that game. It's going to be interesting to see what he's going to bring to the table for the Super Eagles with this Libya game. But before that one, they actually have a match tomorrow against Holstein Kiel. That's in the German Bundesliga. It's going to be around 2:30 tomorrow, Saturday, and of course, Boniface is definitely going to play a vital role for his Bayern Leverkusen side. And after that, they will travel to Nigeria to represent the national team. But we'll first of all see the list and see what Gabon has prepared, in terms of the players that we are expecting to show up. But that's the update for this video. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to the channel and stay tuned for more stories.